It's Wednesday, November 20th. Bob Price on Canada's Business Beat. And how do you feel about government intervention in labor disputes? The findings of a new Leger poll suggesting that while most Canadians in general support back-to-work legislation in situations that drag on, it's not exactly overwhelming. 63% supporting the feds ending recent strikes by port workers in BC and Montreal, while only 57% support government intervention at this point in the current postal workers' job action. Speaking of, while the good news is the two sides there are still meeting with a mediator, the bad news is they also admit that very little progress is being made. CUPW demanding a 4-year wage hike of 24%, Canada Post only offering 11.5% more. Thank you for choosing one of Canada's most listened to business podcasts, updated Monday through Friday and heard around the world on X, Blue Sky, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts, including Apple and Spotify. Canada's Business Beat. The more you listen, the more you know, in only 2 minutes. Canada's media landscape shrinking yet again. Rogers Sports and Media blaming an uncertain advertising market for a couple of dozen layoffs at its 56 radio stations across the country. Further to last month's inflation jump, with the nation's consumer price index rising to 2% even from 1.6, economists are generally convinced that while the cost of living boost probably won't change the Bank of Canada's determination to cut interest rates, that what might have been a half-point fall next month will now likely be a quarter-point dip. We don't hear this one too often. A grocery chain reporting a lower profit. Montreal-based Metro showing a full-year take of just under $932 million, or 8.5% lower than a year back. Sales off 2.4%. And BC mining giant Teck Resources vowing to work with First Nations, who don't support a proposed expansion of the company's massive Highland Valley copper mine pit near Kamloops. Teck looking to extend the life of that huge operation from 2028 to 2040. And that will do it for your Wednesday. Thank you for listening. Bob Price on Canada's Business Beat.